Hi Leo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your self-reflection reading. I'm very sorry I didn't get a reading out for you last week. I wasn't very well. It was taking me a bit too long to record messages. So yeah, I do apologise for not getting one out for you last week. However, I will try and get you out two this week. We've got your self-reflection, and then hopefully later on in the week we'll have your December reading as well. Now, with this being a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find anything that resonates, please check your other placements, and you're likely to find something there. That was the most horrendous shuffle in the world. I do apologise. You will find all of the other placements in the playlists. All readings are timeless except for the monthly ones. But then if you do come across a monthly one that resonates for you and it's not got the month on it, or it's not for the particular month that it's named for, well, it's clearly a reading for you still. So, yeah. Right, let's get into this for you. Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Leo and their self-reflection journey? Okay, so your overall energy, we've got the King of Pentacles. So you're trying to be stable, you're trying to be successful. You probably are very successful in your job, potentially a successful businessman. Very much trying to make sure you have got that stability, something that you're striving for. Very skilled at work. We do have a King of Cups behind that, so you might not potentially be feeling your emotions, or you could be a tad bit of emotion. You might be a little bit of manipulator, and I don't want to say that you are, but sometimes the King of Cups in reverse could be a little bit of an emotional manipulator. So potentially you might not realize it, but you could be in a mind frame where you might be doing a little bit of manipulation, possibly just not in touch with your feelings. They're very much there, though, with the King of Cups in the reverse. We do have a Star card as well, so to me it looks as though you're doing a lot of dreaming, a lot of wishing. Knight of Page of Coins, Judgment. Looks like you're looking at something, possibly. It looks like you're trying to make a final decision on something, or you're potentially looking at something that's recently happened, a final decision that's recently happened. But yeah, very much you're trying to be as stable as you possibly can be, trying to make the best decisions, be as wise as you can. Very much somebody's very skilled at their job, and got a good chunk of savings as well, that King of Pentacles. So very much you feeling stable and abundant. Now that is the overall energy. So that suggests to me that you could be in a very good place emotionally, financially, and potentially very good at work. Now there could be one of those areas where you may be lacking a little bit, but generally the King of Coins has got all of those. The reason why I say lacking a little bit is we have a Queen of Coins in the reverse. So the Queen of Coins in the reverse is very much suggesting to me that you may not have everything you want. The Queen of Coins, when she's in the upright, she very much likes the luxuries of life. She's a family person. She's very giving, nurturing, very much all about her home. Now this is suggesting to me that you may be feeling that there's upsets at the home. You may not be feeling very much for home life. You may not be in the home that you want to be in. You could be very much lacking in the finances as well. You may not have the furnishings and the abundance that you'd like. The Queen of Coins can also be somebody that is very much disinterested in family, or isn't with their family. Maybe there's family disputes and disruptions going on, and potentially you could be disengaging from that. Let's get some clarification on that Queen of Coins for you. Now, I'm just putting it out there as well. The King and Queen of Coins are divine counterparts. So whether you've been in a relationship with somebody that was your counterpart, and this could all be to do with them, and it could be very much your mindset towards something with that. I don't know. But obviously, you know, take it as it resonates. But this is a self-reflection reading. It's not a love reading. So I'm not going to sit there and say it is, you know, you've had falling outs with your counterpart or whatever, because I really don't know. It could be, but it may not be. But to me, I'm taking this as being your energy not feeling the best in family at the minute, or at least with your immediate furnishings, kind of your luxuries, where you might have the stability and the savings with the King of Pentacles and the ability to get it, but you may not have what you want just yet. But then it could be to do with love, with everything else that's just popped out. I don't know. But it's not a love reading, okay? This is simply something that you need to reflect on. We have a Five of Cups. Now that is in the upright, suggesting that you are feeling sorrowful, that you've lost something. You're probably feeling a bit of regret because of something that you've lost. You could also be feeling a bit abandoned, but this is more guilt, sorrow, regret, depression, despair over losing something. Now that could have something to do with a home. With that Queen of Coins there, it could have something to do with a family. Maybe you've lost a family. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse, very much a falling out of a union, an ending of a union, disagreements within a family, potentially as well, disagreements within a partnership. We have a Three of Cups in the reverse. Now, if there was disagreements within it, if this was a love reading, I would say this could symbolise a third-party situation. Doesn't have to be infidelity, but it could be other people influencing a relationship. But with this being a self-reflection, this is more about what you need to reflect on. So there could very well have been a disagreement within a partnership, and it may have been to do with other people. But the way I'm reading this Three of Cups more is that you don't feel like celebrating. So whatever this disagreement or this ending is, you don't feel like celebrating the ending. You are feeling very sorrowful, very regretful. Potentially there was some overindulgence as well going on. This Three of Cups can also be very much in the upright. It's partying, drinking, celebrating. In the reverse, it's overdoing it. So whether or it could be very much that you may be overindulging, trying to deal and cope with this sorrow and regret, and it may not be helping very much. We have a Nine of Swords. Now that's coming out to the side, so getting a restful night's sleep is potentially extremely challenging for you. You're trying to move out of this, you're trying to get over this, but you're a little bit stuck. You could be going through a bit of depression. The Nine of Swords in the upright, again, it's very much sleepless nights, depression, anxiety, stress. But a lot of the time it's because of things that have happened to you. Now, this could be coming out to the side, whether it's happened to you, whether it's things that you've done. I don't know. You know, with you having the Five of Cups there as well, two big cards about grief, sorrow, depression. So you could very much be going through an extremely depressed state, very anxious, very sad, very lonely, very tiring because of something that's some sort of falling out within family, and you just don't feel like celebrating at all. You don't feel like there's any fun. There's no joy in life anymore. And you are, like I say, you could very possibly be overindulging, trying to numb that pain. And that could be very much why this Nine of Swords is coming out to the side, because if you weren't necessarily overindulging, you may not be getting enough, you may not be getting sleep. It could be that you're self-medicating yourself with certain substances to try and get that good night's sleep as well. Now, in your challenge position, we have the Emperor. Now, the Emperor can signify a few different things. He can either be a father figure, so maybe you are a father. Again, this could be a big challenge if you've had a family falling out, especially if your child is involved within this falling out. It could be your father. That could be an influence on you. Maybe there are certain things that have happened in your childhood that have influenced you growing up. Apologies for that. I was trying to pause it and it just didn't quite get to it quick enough. But yeah, so this could be very much a father that you may have picked certain traits up from. There may have been issues in your childhood that you still haven't healed from because of this father figure. It could simply be control. Maybe you are somebody that likes control. The Emperor is very much the king of all kings. He is the boss of everything and he likes to control everything. And it could simply be that control is an issue. Now, that could be control of yourself. It could be control of other people around you. And you could find that a big challenge. Let's get some clarification on that Emperor. So we have a Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands in the reverse is somebody that is no longer standing up for themselves and is walking away from certain situations where they would have had to defend themselves. On this particular Seven of Wands, you'll see that there's a lot of people around. They've all got their big sticks. They're all trying to battle each other. You've got the one person in the middle trying to defend themselves. In the reverse, this is very much you saying, do you know what, I'm giving up. I don't need to defend myself anymore. I will do what I want. It doesn't matter anymore about anything. I will find my own way, regardless of what you're all saying, regardless of what you want. So this could be very much you finding your way against other people that may be blocking you from doing certain things or have been blocking you. You could be finding that there's a lot of challenges that you've been going through with various people. Now, this is a lot of people. You know, it's not just one or two. This is various numbers of people, generally anywhere up to, 6 of them, because you're number 7 in here. This is very much you having people around you potentially giving you conflicting advice, conflicting information, not wanting you to do certain things. And this is very much you trying to take control of yourself and say, no, I'm going to do what I want. I'm not going to listen to any of you anymore. I'm going to go my own way. And that king, the Emperor here, it could very much be the challenges that you've got to leave them behind and take control of yourself. Now, the 7 could also be you having challenges within yourself. It could be inner conflicts that you've been going through that you're having to walk away from. Maybe you've got a lot of stuff going on the inside and you're trying to stand up for what it is that you want against lots of voices going on in your head at the same time. We have a 7 of Cups in the reverse. This is telling me that you've made a decision on what it is that you want. If the 7 of Cups was in the upright, you'd have a lot of choices and a lot of options. Sometimes you can be paralysed by the sheer amount of options that are there. But this is you've made a choice. You know what it is that's right for you. You want to go towards whatever it is that's right for you. And to me, that's showing me it's a 10 of Cups. So whatever it is that you feel is happy family is what you feel is right for you. And that's what you want to go towards. But you feel that having that control, or the challenge is to have that control against whatever it is that's stopping you, whatever it is you're having to challenge, having that self-control to go towards what it is that you want, to go towards this 10 of Cups that you want, when you've got so many people against you. It's very much having that control for yourself, you know, telling people, I'm not listening, and being your own emperor, taking control of what it is that you want, control of your life, and doing the things that you need to. Now, it could be as well that in this 7 of Wands, you could find that there could be an emperor energy in there. Like I say, it could be father figure. Could very well be somebody that is in a bit of opposition with you, and it could be very hard to break free from their control and from them challenging you potentially. Now, in what can help you, we have the Knight of Wands, and that's in the reverse. So the Knight of Wands in the upright is somebody that's got a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of drive. In the reverse, this is telling me that you need to potentially slow down. It's okay to take your time to get what you want. It's okay to run out of energy. Sometimes not having the drive or the passion and the speed is better than it. Sometimes it's better to go slow, you know. Let's get some clarification on that. It's also suggesting to me that it's okay if you don't know what you want. The Knight of Wands in the upright, he knows exactly what he wants. He goes and gets it. And then he tends to find that he doesn't know what he wants anymore. And then he, you know, loses energy in it, loses concentration, loses passion for it, and looks to go somewhere else. This is saying that, you know, it's okay if you don't know what you want. Slow it down. Let's get some clarification of that Knight of Wands. So we have the Magician. The Magician is telling me that you need to have confidence within yourself. You're very skilled at what you do, and you have the skills that you need in order to get what it is that you want. But making sure that you've got that self-confidence and that you actually put things into action is what you need to be doing. So very much, if you decide that you want something, you need to put the steps towards it. You need to put it into actions. Actions here will speak more than words. It's very much, the Knight of Wands is, you know, communication as well. Passionate, fiery communication. But this is telling me very much action over that passionate, fiery communication. Having the self-confidence and the skills to actually do things instead of just talking them. We have a Knight of Cups in the reverse. So again, not really communicating, not really talking much about emotions, but potentially showing them instead with this Magician, having that confidence to show them. The Knight of Cups in the reverse, he's not very attached to his emotions. Sometimes he doesn't know necessarily what he wants from relationships. He can't necessarily take relationships to the next step. This is suggesting to me that you may need to understand why that is, where that's coming from. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have a Death card in the reverse. So the Death card is telling me that there needs to be some sort of transition. You're going from some sort of old state of mind and transitioning into something new. Now that to me has got something potentially to do with maybe being non-committal in relationships, maybe not trusting your emotions. And it's suggesting to me that you're going to need to start trusting those emotions, start moving forward, because you can change whatever you want. You've got the skills to do it. You've got the confidence that you need to do it, you know, and it's very much having that transition, but it's going to be a slow transition because you may not have quite enough energy because you've done so much things at speed that potentially emotions might not be trusted. And it's very much putting things into action instead, putting things into motion, making those actions happen. The magician doesn't just make things magically happen. Yes, he does do things by magic, don't get me wrong. He is very much a manifester. But he also puts things into action. He's very much a doer. He's not a thinker as much as a doer. So very much suggesting that, you very much, by all means, manifestation's great. But a lot of people don't realise that as well as thinking about what it is that you want and visualising what it is that you want, you also have to take the action steps towards getting what it is that you want. The magician is there to say, yes, by all means, visualise it and I will help you get what you need. But you also need to put the action into it too. Now, if you manage to get through that and you have that transition with that death card and you move into something new and you have that new state, you have that transformation. We have a Six of Swords and we do have a Temperance in the reverse. So the Six of Swords is telling me that whatever turbulence you've been going through, you'll be moving out of that. You're going to be going into a calm phase of life where things are going to be more balanced. You're not going to have quite as much conflict. The Temperance there is suggesting that you could feel a little bit of out of balance, maybe a little bit of a lack of faith in certain things. But you are on the right path because of that Six of Swords. You are moving towards something a bit more calmer. Now that Temperance is just suggesting that, it could be a little bit bumpy because you're lacking that faith. But things will get better. Let's get clarification of that Six of Swords in the Temperance card. So we have the Hermit. So potentially taking a bit of time out for yourself as well to do some inner healing. Some possibly a little bit of isolation for yourself. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be on your own if you're in a relationship. It could just simply be taking time out to do some meditation, some inner reflection work and working on yourself. We have a Two of Wands. So this is very much planning a successful union of some sort. This could be you very much getting into some sort of partnership, but very much you planning something and potentially putting it into action as well. Something that is going to be successful for you. And we have the Knight of Wands. So having that passion and that drive again to have that success and that union. Now, this could just be something to do with business. It doesn't have to be to do with love. Take it as it resonates for you. However, given that you've got a lot of love things out here, it could be that you are looking very much at having a passionate union with somebody, and it could be something where you're having to change how you're looking at things, especially with this Knight of Cups in the reverse, not necessarily trusting your emotions, very much having to transition and learn about your emotions, potentially because of some issues that may have happened with your father. Like I say, could be that you've got some wounds that may have stemmed from childhood that you may have to heal, that could be causing you some inner conflict. But yeah, very much suggesting that you are going to have passion and drive to go towards something that you do want, some sort of happy union as an outcome on this. Okay, let's get you an Angel of Light Oracle card, and then we'll get you some luminous pathways as well. I do apologise about all the coughing in the background. My son's decided to come in the room and he's got the lurgy as well. The joys of winter in the UK. It's not even, is it winter yet? I don't think it is it? Not till December. It's just the very end of autumn. Amazing. And of course it's at school, and as all children get everything when they're at school, don't they? The joys. Right, so curiosity then. So it's see life through the curious eyes of a child, and you will discover a never-ending source of happiness and excitement. Curiosity keeps you alive, interested and interesting. The angels are inviting you to be curious about yourself. Start exploring who you are, and you will grow personally and spiritually. Be interested in people, and you will discover an eternal source of fascination. Be curious about the wonderful universe in which you live. about the angels themselves and their role in the divine plan. The radiance of your delight in life will illuminate you. Your affirmation: I explore the wonder of life. Okay, you've got the Phoenix Rising. Oh, you've got 5. The Phoenix Rising, the Open Book, the Pilgrim's Path, the Hourglass, and the Flowing River. So let me get my book and then I'll tell you what they are. I do apologise, but I don't know what order they go in. Right, so the Flowing River represents adaptability, life's journey, and the acceptance of change. It encourages you to go with the flow and adapt to new circumstances, reminding you of the continuous nature of life. The Phoenix Rising symbolises renewal, resilience, and rebirth from adversity. It's a powerful reminder of your ability to rise from challenges stronger and wiser. So that's very much about you coming out of that 7 of Wands energy. The Pilgrim's Path represents journey, exploration, and life lessons. It encourages you to embrace the journey of life with all its twists and turns as a path of learning and growth. The Hourglass symbolises time, cycles, and change. It reminds you of the transient nature of time and the importance of making the most of the present moment. And then the Open Book represents knowledge, openness, and potential. It signifies a period of learning, growth, and the openness to new experiences, encouraging you to embrace the journey of continuous learning and exploration. Well, I hope, Leo, that has given you some ideas on what self-reflection that can help you with your inner healing. If you do want to look up any of your other placements, you'll find playlists on my page for that. If you did enjoy your reading today, don't forget to hit that like button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you do want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to hit that subscription button. And if you press the notification bell, it will let you know whenever I do post new content. Good luck with your healing, and thank you for joining me.